Hey guys, it's me, Jasmine Z, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time.
But I can't even blame you, blame you. But I can't even blame you, blame you.
Listen, today I'm giving you guys Black Barbie realness. I know y'all are probably like, oh my gosh, she finally changed her hair. Yes, listen. Okay, since we've all been in quarantine, y'all know it's been a struggle, okay? I don't really get dressed and get cute like that most days just because I don't leave the house. I work at home, so there's no reason to get cute. So yeah, I finally decided to, put on a little cute little wig or whatever, and do my makeup. Yes. Yeah, because I was tired of looking crusty. Okay, so here you go. Here it is. Now there's proof that I can actually look cute. But anyways, today I'm gonna be doing my very first story time, and you guys, this is listen, this one was like really a lot, okay? So as you can see from the title, this is a story time from when I was in Italy. I did mention in one of my previous videos that last year, so in 2019, I spent the summer in Italy teaching English. So basically it was like I would travel to different parts of Italy and travel to like different schools and then teach there for a week or two, just depending on the assignment or whatever. So this story is from that, okay? So basically, one of the schools I was teaching at, I think it was like maybe my third or fourth week that I had been in Italy. And the school that I was assigned to, it was like somewhat close to Venice. So if you don't know what Venice is, I will insert a picture here. Okay, so it's the place where, all the water canals, all that type of stuff. You see like the little boats, the little canoe, what you call it? The gondolas, all that type of stuff. Again, insert a picture here because gotta keep that in mind for later in the story. But yeah, we were really close to Venice. So when it came time to like be, what was it? It was like towards the end of the week, right? And we, meaning some of the other tutors, because it wasn't just me teaching by myself. Oh, no. There was a group of us from all over the world. So like some teachers, well, they're called tutors, but some teachers or tutors would be from like Australia. Some would be from like England, Scotland. Some were from America, people from all over, right? So there are these two girls that I became kind of like close friends with at this school, and they were both from America. And yeah, we just kind of, okay, let me say this before. One of them, I was cooler with one of them versus the other. Like the other one, it was like on the fence. Like some days I was cool with her, and some days I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? What is you talking about? So yeah, that's these two girls, right? So for the sake of the story, I'm gonna change their names, obviously. So let's just call the girl that I was okay, kind of on and off with, we're gonna call her Laura. And then there's another girl, and we can call her Ashley, right? Now hopefully I can remember these names as I'm telling this story. But yeah, so there's Laura and Ashley, right? So Laura, Ashley, and I decided, you know what, like let's go to Venice this weekend because like I said, we're so close and we just thought it would be cool to spend the weekend there or whatever. So Laura, she had an Airbnb. She told us, she was like, yeah guys, I already like rented an Airbnb. If you guys want to come stay with me, you can, so you can like spend the night. Because Venice was like, it was maybe like an hour and a half, an hour or something like that. You like ride the train. So it didn't make sense for us to just like go there and come back in the same day. We're like, we might as well spend the night there to make the most of it. So when Laura said that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's free is my favorite price. So cool, I'll stay there for free. So yeah, she was like, just meet me. I'm gonna go. I think she left on like Friday. She left before us, and then Ashley and I were like, okay, we'll take the train together and we'll just like meet you there. So that happened or whatever. We take the train, we get there, and then we were trying to like call her and say, oh, Laura, like, where are you? Like, we're here. We don't know where the Airbnb is, try to meet us or whatever. And for some reason, she wasn't like answering her phone at the time. Now, you got to keep in mind we were in another country. So for those of you who have traveled to other countries, you know, like a lot of your communication is via like WhatsApp or something other than just like a regular phone call or text. Because I mean, most people don't pay for service in other countries because it's kind of expensive. So yeah, we were trying to like contact her, and then eventually we were able to meet up with her, and then she took us to the Airbnb. So we're like, okay, cool. So we came up with our plan to basically just we were gonna like get ready at the time and then go walk around Venice and just kind of like tour and just do all the touristy stuff or whatever. So we did that. It was really, really nice, really cool. Then we went and we found this place to have dinner that was like along one of the like main canals, so you know we could see like the gondolas go by and all that type of stuff. So we get to this place, we're having dinner. Food was good, you know, it was good. Actually, I think I might have a picture of that too. Insert that here. The food was really good. Of course, you know, you gotta have spaghetti when you're in Italy, duh. So, yeah, that was cool. But our waiter was this like, I don't really know how old he was. Maybe he was like around 20. So, I mean, at the time how old was I? I was 20 or 21. And then Laura and Ashley, they're around the same age as me. So we're all in our 20s. The waiter was maybe in his 20s too, maybe a little bit younger. I don't know. But yeah, so our waiter was cool, but like he kind of starts flirting with Laura. And at first it was like funny, like Ashley and I are sitting there like, oh, haha. But then it just kind of got uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if y'all ever been in that situation where you're just kind of like watching stuff happen and you're just like, did they forget that I'm like sitting here watching this? So yeah, Laura and this guy, we're gonna call him John. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a more Italian name. What do you call? I don't know what an Italian name is. Yeah, we're just gonna call him John, right? So John and Laura are like talking to each other. Mind you, the waiter is Italian, so he speaks Italian. He doesn't speak that much English. I don't speak Italian, okay? But Laura, she was kind of like, she wasn't fluent, but she could speak enough to like hold a good conversation. So they're just like going back and forth, just talking to each other, saying stuff in Italian. I don't know what they were talking about, flirting, whatever, okay? And like I said, at first it was cute, but then Ashley and I are just sitting there looking at each other like, okay, this is getting a little uncomfortable, because they were just acting very like, you know, and I'm just like, all right, okay, cool, but this is enough, but okay. So eventually, you know, we're done with dinner and we leave, and I can't remember, but I want to say that at this point, Laura and John had they had exchanged numbers maybe. I mean, I think that's what would make sense, but anyways, let's just say they did. Let's just say they exchanged contacts or whatever. So for the rest of the night, we're like, okay, we're gonna go back to the Airbnb real quick, change again, freshen up. And then we had plans to meet up with like another group of tutors, teachers, whatever you want to call them. Some other teachers from another school who we kind of like knew from previous teaching, whatever. So we were meeting up with other people, right? So we went back to the Airbnb, changed over. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna meet them, we're gonna do this, whatever. So we finally do that, and I wanna say it was around like 10 p.m. when we left the Airbnb to go meet up with the people, but it took us a while to find them because Venice is very confusing. Like, half of it is water, the other half is just like all these little like pathways that are just zigzag, all this. Yeah, it's really confusing. So it took us a long time to find them. So when we finally did, it was maybe around like 10:30, 10:45, right? So we meet up with them, everything's cool. We're just talking, chilling, having a good time, whatever. By this time, maybe let's just say it's like 11:30 or so, right? So, Ashley, Laura, and I, we, along with like a few of the other people from the group, because it was like a big group of people we met, maybe like 10 or 15 people. So at one point, Laura, Ashley, and I, and then like 3 or 4 other people, we kind of like broke off from the rest of the group and just kind of like went on to like another little, I don't even know what you want to call it, just like a little courtyard area, and we were just sitting and talking or whatever. So we did that for a while, maybe like 20-30 minutes, right? And then out of nowhere, I feel like it was out of nowhere, maybe this was planned, I don't know, but out of nowhere, John shows up again. Okay, so remember, John is the waiter that we had just met a few hours prior, that was flirting with Laura and all that type of stuff. So John shows up, and Laura like walks over and she's like, oh my gosh, John, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's you, da da da. So she like acted like she was surprised to see him. So I don't know if it was or wasn't planned. I really don't know. But I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, I mean, he's here again. Okay, what are the odds? I don't know. So Ashley and I were sitting and still like talking to the group of people, and then Laura kind of went off on the side a little bit and was talking to John. So at one point it was like I'm sitting facing Ashley and facing the group and having the conversation, and then the next thing I know, I look over to where Laura and John were, and they're like not there anymore. And I told Ashley, I was like, oh, did she say she was gonna like leave or anything? And Ashley was like, no, she didn't say anything to me. So we're like, okay, maybe they just went down one little street or something, you know, to just talk, have some privacy, whatever. I was like, okay, that's fine, it's cool. So we're talking still to the group of people, and then eventually they were like, okay, you know, we're kind of tired. We don't really want to like hang out anymore. We just want to go back. I think they were staying at like a hostel or whatever. So like, we're gonna go back to our hostel. So at this point, it's maybe around midnight, right? So we're like, okay. But we told them, we're like, yeah, Laura, she kind of just like walked off with this guy and we don't know where she went. Now, let me say like a key part to this, right? Remember, Laura is the one who got the Airbnb, right? So Laura is also the one who had the keys to the Airbnb, okay? So I want you to just remember that for a second, okay? So yeah, the group of people went. So then at this point, it's just Ashley and I. And Ashley and I are like, okay, so when is Laura gonna come back? Like, where did she go? We kind of walked around just a little bit to kind of look for her. We didn't see her. So we're like, all right, well, we don't wanna go too far, because if she comes back to this place, like, we don't wanna be gone and then she's wondering where we are. So we're like, okay, let's just sit here and let's just wait a few minutes and see if she just like shows up. We're sitting, we're waiting. 30 minutes go by. At this point, it's 12:30 in the morning. It's 12:30. And we're just like, okay, so Laura's not showing up. She left with this random guy that we barely even know. Okay, what's going on? So we text her, we call her, nothing. A few more minutes pass by. We text her, we call her, nothing. At this point, we're just like, okay, so like what do we do? Like, we're just literally sitting there like, all right, what's the plan? Because we're just outside in the middle of a foreign city in a foreign country, just by ourselves, and we weren't able to go to the Airbnb because Laura had the keys. So we're just like, okay, let's just wait it out. Let's just give her 10 more minutes. Bruh, 10 minutes turn into an hour, okay? At this point, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, and we are still waiting for Laura to respond to a text, to call us, to say something, anything, to say, hey, this is where I am, or hey, like, you know, come meet me here, whatever. No response. So at this point, Ashley and I are like, is she okay? Like, did something happen? Because we don't know this guy that she just walked away with. This guy could be like a maniac, you know, we never know. So we're just like talking to each other, kind of freaking out, just like going through all the scenarios in our head. We're like, you know, did she get kidnapped? Like, did he do something to her? We're just like, should we call somebody? And the both of us like, who do we call? Like, at one point we were like, okay, should we call 911? But we literally didn't even know what the number for 911 was, because, you know, you're in a different country. It's not the same number. So we're just like, okay, we don't know what to do. So we're just sitting there on a bench in the middle of the streets, just on a bench. No one's around. It's obviously dark. At this point, it's like 1:30 in the morning. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. We have nowhere to go. we're going back and forth talking to each other like, are we about to just sleep out here until the morning? Like, we had nothing. There was nothing we could do at that point other than just wait. So we still text, call. We're texting, calling Laura, blowing her phone up, like blowing it up just back to back. Like, where are you? Are you okay? Do you need us to come get you? Like, just tell us something, right? Nothing, no response. 2 o'clock in the morning. It is 2 a.m. Still sitting outside. And the thing about Italy is it gets kind of cold at night. So we're just sitting out here in the cold on a bench in the middle of the streets by ourselves. 2 young women could have easily been taken. We could have been the ones kidnapped easily. Finally, we get a text from Laura. Laura's like, hey, yeah, actually I'm at the Airbnb. And I'm like, okay, so you're at the Airbnb, okay. So we actually weren't close to the Airbnb at the time. So I was like, okay, so you're all the way at the Airbnb. Okay, cool. So you're okay. You're telling us you're okay. You're at the Airbnb, right? So at this point, now that I know that Laura is okay because she's responded to a text, she didn't call us. She just texted. Seeing that we called her so many times, she only texted back. I was like, okay, so now that I know you're not dead, obviously I'm mad because I'm like, you had me sitting out here stranded in a foreign country where I could have been taken or injured or whatever because you went off with some random guy. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'ma just hold it in, right? Because I'm one of those type of people when I'm mad, like I'ma just be quiet, you know? Like when I'm quiet, that's when you know I'm mad. I'm not gonna fight, I'm not gonna argue, I'm just gonna sit there and I'm just gonna be quiet, right? So Ashley and I are finally, we're like, okay, now we can go back to the Airbnb since she's there and the door is unlocked. So we get there and we're just like trying to figure out like, okay, so what happened? Like all you said was I'm at the Airbnb, but you didn't tell us what happened. She's like,
oh yeah, actually, I was with John and yeah, we were just like walking and talking and oh my gosh, we actually like snuck onto somebody's gondola.
Remember, that's a boat, right?
We snuck onto somebody's gondola and we just like took a ride. He just like took me around on a ride.
I'm like, okay. And then she keeps going on about,
yeah, and it was just like such a great time and I'm sorry, I just wasn't looking at my phone and yeah, we were just doing whatever.
I was like, okay, all right, okay. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, but no, you're not gonna have me out here till 2 o'clock in the morning because you wanted to go have a little rendezvous with some random boy. No. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not do anything. I should have given her a piece of my mind. I should have said something, but like I said, that's not the type of person I am. I'm just one to I'm gonna just shut down on you completely. So for the remainder of that trip, I said 0 words to that girl, nothing. I had nothing to say to her because I was like, the least you could have done was just let us know, A, you're okay, and 2, hey, I'm gonna leave you guys stranded till 2 in the morning. Like, just let me know so I could like prepare myself mentally so I don't think I'm about to die, you know? All that to say, I'm still here, clearly. Still doing great. Now I've learned my lessons, okay? It's not gonna happen again. It's not gonna happen again. But yes, that's basically the story of how I was stranded till 2 o'clock in the morning in a foreign country with nothing to do but wait. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. What am I talking about? Hope you guys enjoyed this story time and hope you guys enjoyed my look, you know, looking kind of cute, you know. I tried to be cute for y'all, for real. I know I've been spotty with the videos, but y'all just gonna have to be patient with me. I'm sorry. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. But yeah, I should have said this in the beginning, but make sure that you subscribe, because a lot of y'all, I see y'all. I'm looking at my little analytics, you know, when you have your little YouTube channel, whatever. A lot of y'all are watching, but you're not subscribing, and I don't know why. So could you please just do me the huge, it's not even huge, it's just clicking a button. Do me the little favor of subscribing so you can see more of this beautiful face and hear all these great stories and whatever else I decide to do. And yeah, we'll be on our merry way. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, peace.